What is ego? Ego is everything. Everything that you know about yourself is the ego. All your identifications, likes, dislikes, hatreds, loves, desires, thoughts, relationships, possessions, dreams, achievements, dreams of achievements, everything put in one package is your ego. Ego is a layer over you. Ego stems out of your identification with your body and with your mind. You walk around in the world carrying this body around, carrying these thoughts and ideas in your head. And you intermingle with people. Wherever you go, you carry this body with you. Wherever you go, you take your beliefs with you. You look at the people with your fixed beliefs, preconceived ideas, and that's how you judge the world. Your mind and your body are the burden on you. You are the infinite soul, which is ever free. And it has to carry the mind and the body with it. And the soul is traveling in this vehicle of the mind and the body. And the mind is a storehouse of all the things that you have known so far. Your name came from outside. Somebody gave it to you. You were not born with it. Your religion, the knowledge that such and such person is your father, such and such person is your mother, brother, sister. You walk around with all these beliefs stored in your mind. These are all part of your ego. Ego believes that you are the body and you are the mind, because you have never known yourself as the infinite soul. So you walk around in a car and you believe that you are a car. So go deep in meditation. Realize what has come from outside. Every single piece of identification has come from outside. Your identification is limited by your possessions. If you have $10,000, you are $10,000 person. If somebody is $100,000 person, you feel inferior. If somebody is $8,000 person, you feel rich. All these comparisons are because of your possessions, and you think you own it. Where did that come from? From somewhere. It was not always yours, and it's also not gonna be yours forever either. You're gonna invest that $10,000, and you could make it $1 million, or you could lose all of it. It's no longer yours. But as long as you had it, you believed that was yours. All the relatives you believe are yours. Yet you did not choose your parents or your siblings, brothers, sisters. And when you leave, they all stay behind. And you have to go into the journey of the unknown. If it was yours, it should stay with you, but it doesn't. The house that you live in was built by someone else. You are living in now, and someone else will leave later. And yet we call it our house. All these things are revolving around one fallacy, the biggest fallacy of all, that you believe that you are the party. And all the possessions, identifications, relationships, comparisons for good, comparisons for bad, feeling superior, feeling inferior, is all revolving around your body. Your skin is fair, you are happy. Your skin is dark, you are unhappy. Your happiness, unhappiness, your likes, dislikes, comparisons, ownerships, everything falls into your ego. Because those are your identifications that you utilize in the samsara. So if you really understand this and get beyond the ego, what is left? Nothing. And that's what we are afraid of. That's why people cannot go deep into meditation, because they are afraid to lose everything. Their belief system is so strong. Their ego is so strong. Their ego is made out of every single things that they own. If you make a book, and on each page you write down what are the things you own. Your body, your thoughts, your ideas, your beliefs, your desires, your relatives, your friends, your car. You make one page for each item. And this book you have believed to be yourself, the ego. You start removing one page at a time. After deep reflection within, that it came from outside. You remove all your possessions that came from outside. Your parents, your siblings, your friends, your car, your house, everything came from outside, will stay outside, and you will live without them. You remove them as your own. Then you come to your body. Try maintaining your body. If it is yours and you think you own it, try stop breathing. Can't do it. Try to stop your heart. Can't do it. Try not to get hungry. Can't do it. Or thirsty. All these are your physiological needs, which are continuously keep coming up, and they need to be fulfilled. With what? Outside forces. The food, oxygen, sunlight, water, air, everything has to come from outside. So now, the body that you thought was a solid piece that you owned, now suddenly it looks like a process. It's coming and going. Right in front of your eyes, you got older, day by day. Gray hair came here and there. You remember your age at 5, 15, 25, 35. The body's changing right in front of you. So now, the ego has started to shake. If body is not you, who are you? Something that is changing. You cannot be that. Same thing with your mind, your ideas. You believe you are Hindu or Muslim or Christian. Who told you? Came from outside. Whatever your philosophies are, came from outside. Whatever your beliefs are, came from outside. Every single thought that you have, it's about what? About your friends, about your possessions, about your parents, about your job, about your car. Again, they came from outside. They are connected to the outside world. So who are you? Your mind is not yours. Your body is not yours. So if you remove the things which are not yours, what are you doing? You are realizing the fakeness of the ego. It's hard to get rid of things just like that. But deeper reflection and deeper understanding and the utilization of the wisdom makes you deeply understand that whatever you believed was yours has started shaking. The building of the ego that you believed you had created on solid grounds, it's shaking. You had a lot of faith in the money that you have. Money can go, money can come. When you go, you leave everything here. If you have a bad health, what can money do? You have incurable illnesses, what can money do? If you have a disease, what can your spouse do? They can come, shed a few tears, but you are the one who will suffer. So whatever you believe is yours has no value. And yet we keep on believing. That is our ego. And the ego is an illusion based on assumption by our mind that we are the mind. and we are the body, and everything else around it are our possessions. So go deep into meditation, in silence. Analyze your mind, analyze your inner state, and with this perseverance and steadiness, renounce the things which are not yours. And what is left? Nothing is left. And yet, you are there. You survive. You exist without any possessions, without any name, without any relationships, without body, without mind. You still exist. And that pure existence is you. There is no death. It feels like death when you try to transcend the mind, which is the sit of the ego. You still exist. And that's where you find the peace. How does the ego hurt you? Ego makes you run. Ego generates the desires because the next door neighbor has a better car. So all of a sudden, ego tells you to work hard, make more money, to have a better car. You go to a party and another person is dressed up better, looks better. Jealousy sets in. Now you have compared your body with other person's body. Now you want to look more handsome like another person or more beautiful than another person. Competition is built into the ego, and along with competition comes suffering, greed, anxiety, stress. Whatever you have, someone else has more. Ego makes you restless, makes you work hard. A lot of battles you have fought with other people's egos. Sometimes you won, many times you lost. But ego makes you keep fighting. Last time you had argument with someone, you lost the argument. But ego says, you better be more prepared next time. Acquire more knowledge, more information, and then argue again. You will win. These are the fights of egos. If ego itself is an illusion, what are the fights for? What are the fights going to get? More possessions, more fame, more recognition, more appreciation, more people telling you that you are beautiful or handsome or smart. These are all products of the society that is running on the egos. If ego is an illusion, products of the ego-driven society cannot be real. Everything has to stay here. Just like in a dream, you like a person, you dream about her or him. You wake up, you have to let her go or let him go because he or she was a product of a dream. Same way, if you fight, utilize your ego to fight with another person's ego, what do you get? Even if you do get rich, even money is a product of this ego-driven society. It is a reward for your hard work, struggle, frustration, and yet you cannot take it with you. So understand the flimsiness of the ego. Understand all its rewards are flimsy. All its sufferings are also flimsy. The best thing is to come out of the ego. Understand the ego. Transcend the ego. And live the life of the self-realization with total eternal peace and deathlessness. The Amaratva is hidden within your soul. Understand this. It's your own secret. Staying there, you watch the game of life played by several egos, but you keep your ego dormant, utilize only for basic needs, day-to-day life, yes. But to fight, that's making your ego for yourself a real one. When you believe the ego to be real, you are under the spell of Maya. But when you understand the ego as fake, you are not gonna run for the goals, desires. You're not gonna run for the wins in arguments. You're not gonna run to compete with other people in money, fame, looks, nothing. You will live a very peaceful life. Winning will not make you excited. Losing will not make you depressed. You will remain in a sthita-prajna state because ego divides. But beyond the ego, there is a sthita-prajna state where you are totally balanced. At the soul level, there is no suffering because there is a samyak state there. Samyak state is the totally balanced state, unconditioned by the sansar, which is driven by the ego, which divides everything and everybody. But once the ego drops, what is left is the ultimate wisdom, ultimate peace. And from that elevated platform, you look at the life and enjoy your life peacefully, beyond the ego. Because ego is nothing but an illusion. Have a good day.